Bueno, bienvenidos a una nueva edición de los Erasmus Mundus Latam Talks, esta vez en el clúster de Creatividad y Nuevos Medios. Hoy tenemos a representantes de programas Erasmus Mundus, de 3 programas Erasmus Mundus, súper interesantes en esta área. Tenemos a Children's Literature Media Entrepreneurship, tenemos a Film Memory, tenemos a DigiCrea. Van a estar compartiendo con nosotros información sobre el programa, la que no aparece en la website, y también tips and tricks de aplicación, así como la experiencia de algunos estudiantes, que va a estar súper chévere. El lenguaje que vamos a usar, el idioma que vamos a usar es como, bueno, somos flexibles entre español e inglés, así que usamos un buen Spanglish, pero van a haber programas que van a presentar en inglés, así que si ustedes prefieren, pueden prender los subtítulos automáticos. Aquí hay un tutorial rapidito y sencillo de cómo pueden hacerlo, son 3 pasos. Y con eso, pues, se facilita pues la comunicación así internacional, tan internacional que tenemos en estos talks, ¿vale? De mi parte, darles la bienvenida. Yo soy Viviana Rojas, imagino que ya la mayoría me conoce o me siguen en redes sociales. Soy ex becaria Erasmus Mundus, fundadora de personalbranding.pe, una academia para construir perfiles globales justamente que ganan becas y oportunidades internacionales. Y también, bueno, colaboro activamente con la Unión Europea en Perú, con quienes tenemos esta iniciativa de los Erasmus Mundus Latam Talks, ¿no? Nuestra intención con esto es llevar la información y poder generar estos puentes entre los programas Erasmus Mundus, los representantes de programas Erasmus Mundus y estudiantes de programas Erasmus Mundus, con personas de Latinoamérica interesadas en formar parte, ¿vale? Les cuento una historia, y esta es una historia que a mí me gusta contar porque les dejo como o sea, quiero sembrarles la semilla a ustedes de que también ustedes puedan seguir su curiosidad, porque todo esto que yo hago hoy nació desde una acción que hice por curiosidad, que fue crear un video de YouTube acerca de mi experiencia en Erasmus Mundus. Bueno, eso fue hace 5 años, ese video creció de forma que yo no me esperaba, pero me abrió un montón de un universo o sea, me abrió la visión hacia un universo de oportunidades que habían en este tema. Entonces, eso fue evolucionando, evolucionó primero en la comunidad de Erasmus Mundus Latam, luego evolucionó de un video de YouTube a la comunidad que somos ahora de más de personas en 60 países. Me parece lo caso hasta dónde llega la información sobre estas becas y los intereses sobre estas becas. Es súper impactante. Bueno, en este camino ya he podido acompañar a varios postulantes y becarios ganadores de Erasmus Mundus. Cada vez que estoy en Lima y coincido con en los eventos de prepartida de Erasmus Mundus, me alegra ir y conocer a personas que igual me dicen, oye, vi tus videos, muchas gracias, etcétera, etcétera. Es súper chévere saber que impactamos de esa manera. Por supuesto, cuando nos mandan los mensajes específicos de, oye, llegan de la beca, o la gente de la academia, o la gente de la comunidad, es también súper enriquecedor y es lo que realmente alimenta mi propósito. Tanto así que, bueno, ya hemos desarrollado, nosotros hemos escalado un poquito este tema del startup y hemos desarrollado un tutor IA, o sea que soy yo básicamente en IA, especializada en becas y empleabilidad. Ya les voy a hablar más de esto esta semana. Pero sin más, el mensaje es ese, ¿no? Sigan su curiosidad, que no saben hacia dónde puede llevarlos sin que ustedes quieran encontrar sus propósitos y trabajar por ellos. Y nada, sin más, quiero darles la bienvenida a los programas. Vamos a tener este orden de programas. Primero va Children's Literature, después va Film Memory, después va DigiCrea. Cada programa va a presentar durante 20 minutos la información sobre el programa y luego vamos a dejar unos minutos al final para preguntas. Ustedes pueden ir haciendo las preguntas, ya sea levantando la mano o sea, en el preguntas, o dejando sus preguntas en el chat, ¿vale? También, bueno, no, básicamente eso. Entonces, sin más, voy a darle la bienvenida y le voy a pasar la posta a Evelyn de Children's Literature Media and Cultural Entrepreneurship, que están con nosotros el día de hoy. Evelyn, bienvenida. Floor is yours.
Gracias, Viviana. Muchas gracias también por la invitación a dar estas charlas, estas presentaciones. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí, como el año pasado, y estoy con 2 alumnas. Bueno, una ya casi exalumna y otra alumna del programa de quienes van a hablar un poquito más adelante. Mi nombre es Evelyn Arispe, soy profesora de la Universidad de Glasgow y soy la coordinadora de este programa Erasmus Mundus. Tuvimos una primera iteración del programa, comenzamos en 2019 con el programa que era Children's Literature, Media and Culture. Tuvimos 5 años con ese programa y después pudimos obtener los fondos para seguir este programa, pero con algunos cambios. Y el cambio principal es el cambio en el nombre, que ahora es Cultural Entrepreneurship, porque queríamos enfatizar que esto también es un programa para aprender a crear organizaciones culturales, a trabajar en organizaciones culturales, y Milagros Corcuera, que les va a hablar un poquito de esto porque ella está en ese pathway. Entonces, como dijo Viviana, esto va a ser un poco Spanglish. Yo soy mexicana de origen, entonces estoy muy contenta de hablar español y contestar preguntas después en español, pero voy a hacer la presentación en inglés porque está en inglés y además bueno, el programa es en inglés. Entonces...
Se va apoyando en el idioma, además es importante que lo tengan.
Exacto, es como para irse familiarizando con este tipo de palabras, ¿no? Entrepreneurship es una para empezar, que es un poco complicada, pero vamos a ver. Entonces, voy a comenzar la presentación. Somos un consorcio de varias universidades, al igual que otros programas Erasmus Mundus. Estamos en la Universidad de Glasgow, en Escocia, en el Reino Unido, la Universidad en Dinamarca, en Polonia, en Países Bajos y en Francia. Y tenemos 2 partners de las escuelas de verano, de las summer schools, una en Canadá y otras en Alemania, que ahorita llego ahí. Entonces, como todos estos programas, somos un programa muy internacional, no solamente en cuanto a las universidades y los profesores, sino también los alumnos que han llegado al programa. Como pueden ver ahí, esos son todos los países de los que hemos acogido alumnos. Todavía nos falta terminar de colorear el mapa, pero para que vean que realmente es un programa muy, muy internacional, y esto obviamente enriquece todo lo que sucede en el programa, tanto lo académico como como lo social. So, moving on to English. What is CLMCE? It's a program that is at the intersection of the fields of literature studies, media studies, film studies, childhood studies, and education. So therefore, it is a very rich program that brings in all these theoretical perspectives, but at the same time allows you to work in practice in many different fields. During the program, you will study how texts, films, and other media work. So it is a very wide variety of forms of communication with children and young people in particular that we work with. Children and young people, as you know yourselves, are surrounded by text, visual text, films. They engage with the screen too much, probably. But it is therefore really important for us to consider how all of these texts can raise awareness of social and cultural issues, can create critical engagement, and to understand how children and young adults interact with all of these different kinds of texts. We're also looking at how they impact on industry expansion. The industry of publishing for children, for example, is an incredibly important part of the international publishing scene. So you will be looking at how that industry works, and also the cultural organizations that work with children and young people using these kinds of texts. And finally, we consider how they can be vehicles for social change, for social inclusion and cohesion, something which is clearly very important and we need now, and we need to have new generations thinking about. So how does it work in terms of semesters and the summer schools? We have degree awarding partners, which is the University of Glasgow and then Aarhus University in Denmark. You then have a pathway choice in semester 3. And I will go into what each of these are in a bit more detail. But you can choose in the semester 3 to go to Tilburg University in the Netherlands, to the University of Wrocław in Poland, or to Nantes University in France. In semester 4, you will do your dissertations. And our 2 summer school partners are these in Canada and Germany, and I will get to them in a moment. So just a few photographs to show you what a vibrant and amazing community we are of staff, but also students. And we've been through some difficult times, including the pandemic, which we managed to get through. And we have alumni from all over the world who are now doing all sorts of different kinds of work. And I will talk to you a little bit about them in a moment. So the semester 1 at the University of Glasgow focuses on historical and critical perspectives on children's literature. So for example, you have a course on text for children and young people, how these texts have developed, what current texts look like, how authors and illustrators are addressing challenging topics of our day. You also have a course on critical inquiry, which looks at the theories, the lenses through which you'll be able to examine these texts. What are these texts actually doing? What are they saying to young people? A similar course, but more looking at other types of media, is Cross Boundaries. And this is an online course. So some of our courses are in person and others are online. And then we have a 1-week intensive course delivered by the University of Nantes, which is about literacy and the publishing industry for the early years. So like I said, looking at the publishing industry and what's going on there is one of the things that we focus on. In semester 2 at Aarhus University, you'll be looking at children's literature in a mediatized world. So going into more depth into the different kinds of media that young people are engaging with. And there is also a course delivered by the University of British Columbia, which is about trends in academic research in children's literature. And that course will give you some practical ways of writing and thinking about publishing in the future. As I said, in year 2, in semester 3, we have 3 pathways. The pathway in Tilburg, which is perhaps more of a literary pathway, but looking at it across different cultures. And you consider topics like translation, for example. The University of Wrocław looks at childhood and film. Again, an industry that, as you know, is a very wide-ranging industry, and also an industry that reaches so many children and so many young people and families. And finally, the 3rd pathway is the one at Nantes University, which is very much focused on management and how you can work for cultural institutions, creating your own industry, for example, and your own business. In semester 3, we have Children's Literature for a Diverse World, which is an online course, and that looks at the multiple kinds of cultures that are part of the world of publishing, and the different kinds of diverse groups that are represented in these books, but are also readers. And very important, in the 3rd semester, you also have placements. So in each of these pathways, you will have placements that will take place either in libraries or in archives, in museums, in the film industry, with broadcasters, publishers, and organizations that do book and reading promotion. So there is really quite a wide range of places to do your internship. We have, as I mentioned, 2 summer schools, one at the University of British Columbia. And in this summer school, the focus is very much on creative writing for children. So if you're interested in creative writing, this is a good summer school to go to. There is also a very large component around Indigenous writing and around comics and graphic novels. So you will have talks and workshops by award-winning authors and illustrators. The Children's Media Summer School in Germany focuses more on these topics here, interculturality and visuality, multimodality, media culture and participation. And again, a range of experts will be offering workshops and talks. So both of them have been really well received by our students. So moving from CLMC to CLMCE, we have learned so much. We hope that now we are better at helping students, supporting students to get through the challenging bits of these programs, because of course there are challenges, especially with mobilities and things like visas and accommodation, etc. However, this is a very interdisciplinary program that allows you to draw on all these different knowledges from theories and from practices that come together at this hub that is CLMCE. I've mentioned just how international it is, and students come from very different backgrounds, and that is also bringing in knowledge, for example, from education, from librarianship, from creative industries. Of course, it's interinstitutional because we have all these wonderful partners, and intercultural. So it is an incredible program, but it is challenging. And I have to say this because, well, maybe Francisca and Millie will say a little bit more about this, but you have to have a lot of energy, and a lot of ambition, and a lot of desire to learn, to engage with all that we can offer you, because this is just the program. But there are so many other events that are going on. There are conferences, there are exhibitions, there are field trips. So join us, but come with a lot of energy and a lot of passion. I'm very happy to answer any questions you may have. And I will stop sharing so that we can go back to talking. One moment, please.
Ok, teníamos ahí una mano levantada, pero ya la bajaron. No sé, alguien estaba preguntando. Ahí está, Luanaisa.
Hello, my name is Luana. I'm from Brazil.
Oh.
And my question is about the course. I want to make cinema, but I don't know if this program helps with that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear very well. I wonder, Luanaisa, if you can put the question in the chat. I'd like, and Francisca is already answering some of these questions. I'd also like to invite Francisca, just before we answer the questions, to tell you about an initiative and a little bit about her experience. So, Francisca, ¿quieres comenzar a compartir?
Sí. Vale, bienvenida, Francisca.
Y mientras, si quieren poner las preguntas en el chat en inglés o en español, portugués, me temo que no.
Portuñol we can do.
Portuñol.
Yeah, really we are, I don't know Portuguese, so I'm going to stick to Spanish. There's hay algunas palabras que las voy a decir en español porque es más cómodo, o en inglés, pero en general va a ser en español. Bueno, me presento, mi nombre es Francisca Tapia, soy de Chile. Ahora terminé el máster, me queda la graduación nomás. Yay, sobreviví. Tuve una experiencia brillante durante los 2 años. Muchas gracias por todos los... brillante durante los 2 años. Creo que lo único cansador es mudarse. Uno se aburre de mudarse en varios países. Yo fui a la escuela de verano en Canadá y mi tercer semestre lo hice en Tilburg, y para el cuarto semestre me devolví a hacer la tesis a Glasgow. Mi tesis es sobre las representaciones sobre esquizofrenia en novelas gráficas juveniles. Desde una perspectiva un poco más entre médica y literaria, creo que uno tiene harto espacio para investigar los intereses de cada uno, por supuesto en el marco de la literatura infantil, así que no tengan miedo de ir un poquito más allá y de ir buscando los distintos temas y las distintas instancias, como Evelyn ya les dijo. A propósito de distintas instancias, les quiero comentar este proyecto que se llama Sliding. Es una revista virtual que comenzamos con el resto de mis compañeras de mi cohort. Somos poquitos ese año, fuimos 16, 15, y de los 15, todas estas mujeres decidimos que la literatura infantil era para ser compartida, no solo discutida en entornos académicos, que queríamos formar una comunidad en torno a películas, a series, a libros, en novela gráfica, donde no solo nosotros pudiéramos compartir, sino también gente de la audiencia. Están invitadísimos a revisarla. Nos pueden encontrar en Instagram, nos pueden encontrar en la página web. Tenemos abiertas submissions de personas externas a Sliding, y siempre tenemos el objetivo de seguir creciendo y seguir llegando a más gente. Lamentablemente la revista está en inglés. 5 de los miembros fundadores somos de Latinoamérica, somos 3 chilenas y 2 colombianas, entonces claramente queremos en algún momento llegar a traducciones en español, pero por el momento la inteligencia artificial nos ayuda con llegar hacia otras áreas. Yo a grandes rasgos les comento que la postulación fue bastante simple, es juntar el papeleo. Mi universidad tenía los certificados en inglés, entonces eso facilitó mucho. Creo que lo más importante es que en su carta de motivación sean honestos, por qué quieren hacer el máster, por qué les interesa la literatura infantil, y que tienen las ganas de hacerlo. Creo que demostrar que uno tiene interés, que tiene proyecciones, es lo mejor. Y se puede, de verdad que se puede. Viniendo de Latinoamérica es un poco complicado llegar a Europa, ¿cierto? Queda lejos, especialmente de Chile. Entonces, estando acá, uno aprovecha de viajar, de conocer, de enfrentarse a otras culturas, y uno no solo aprende en la sala de clases. Así que yo recomiendo el máster muchísimo.
Muchas gracias, Francisca. Y de nuevo, bueno, felicidades por la graduación ya en puerta y también por la revista que han hecho, ese cohort. Es mostrar, ¿no?, un ejemplo de iniciativa que las alumnas en este caso han hecho, ¿no? Tenemos también un colectivo en América Latina que están haciendo eventos sobre literatura infantil y juvenil también. Mili, ¿nos quieres hablar un poquito de tu experiencia y sobre todo del pathway en Nantes, que es nuestro nuevo pathway, aunque apenas tienes ahí unas semanas?
Llevamos en Nantes como 1 mes y medio, casi 2. Estamos casi a mitad del semestre, como que el semestre de fall, autumn semester, tiende a sentirse un poco más corto que el otro semestre. Pero bueno, soy Milagros Corcuera, de esta corte nueva de CLMC, y la I responde por Entrepreneurship, y el Pathway, que se especializa en Entrepreneurship, es el de Nantes, Francia. Así que aquí complementamos nuestra formación en estudios literarios, en medios y narrativas para infancias, con una parte de emprendedurismo o la visión de emprendimientos culturales, y nos fomentan de diferentes formas a animarnos también a crear nuestros propios tipos de emprendimientos o iniciativas y saber cómo gestionarlos. Estamos alojados dentro de la Universidad de Administración y Economía de Nantes, no dentro de la de literatura. Entonces pueden ver que los cursos tienen más que ver con marketing para instituciones culturales o quizás management para empresas y organizational behavior dentro de empresas también. Así que es interesante complementar estudios de humanidades o quizás académicos y críticos con una visión orientada a la industria y a las organizaciones en sí. Y resulta interesante adquirir otro tipo de conocimientos, además de poder participar en diferentes iniciativas estudiantiles y culturales que hay en Francia, que la verdad es que suele tener bastantes apoyos al emprendedurismo en sí. Hemos tenido talleres dentro de las clases, como por fuera, que ofrecen a estudiantes franceses, y diferentes también conexiones con la industria alrededor de eso. Todo nuevo y se está armando y resulta muy innovador juntar este tipo de disciplinas. Entonces es como una experiencia para formar parte de una nueva forma de combinar humanidades, emprendimientos culturales y diferentes skills que pueden ser interesantes después al recorrido de uno, por fuera de que tanto, como decía Francisca y señalaba Evelyn, no solamente se aprende y se tienen oportunidades dentro de las clases, sino con todo esto alrededor, a lo que el máster invita, que es la socialización, los mismos colegas, oportunidades en field trips y de proyectos dentro y fuera, y tanto que pueden ser dadas como el máster, como uno formarlas junto a sus nuevos colegas o compañeros en esta nueva cámara que se arma, intercultural, internacional, multilingüe de estudiantes. Y tengo que decir que, viniendo como ustedes de Latinoamérica, es impresionante cómo puede ampliar el espectro, el scope de oportunidades y de conexiones interculturales, teniendo, por ejemplo, colegas de Indonesia o Kazajistán, que eran países que quizás dentro de Latinoamérica uno no tiene tanto el radar, o incluso turistas o conexiones, aun cuando haya tenido la posibilidad de participar de diferentes iniciativas internacionales. Amplía muchísimo este mapa coloreado que mostró Evelyn, y eso también resulta interesante. Pero bueno, cualquier pregunta acerca de esto u otras cosas la pueden hacer por aquí, y si no, también estamos dispuestos en nuestras redes o LinkedIn a contestar también.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Evelyn, Francisca, Milagros. Tenemos una pregunta de Atiana y luego vamos a pasar al siguiente programa. Los demás pueden hacer sus preguntas en el chat y ellas, tanto Evelyn como Milagros como Francisca van a poder contestarlas. Atiana.
Hola, buenos días. Muchísimas gracias por toda la información. Qué emocionante. Bueno, para la carta de motivos, mi pregunta sería, ¿qué tanto se espera que desarrollemos el tema que tenemos pensado como trabajo recepcional? ¿Esperan como un boceto o ya como qué saberes pensamos o tenemos como qué tan
Sí,
desarrollado debe estar?
Gracias por la pregunta. No tiene que ser muy desarrollado. Queremos ver si tienen una idea de lo que quieren hacer, sobre todo para ver también que nosotros podamos supervisarla, pero no la tienen que desarrollar demasiado. Además, la carta, el personal statement es bastante corto, entonces en realidad no hay mucho lugar para hacerlo, con que dediquen unas líneas a ello. Y eso me recuerda de una vez decirles un tip: por favor, cuando hagan el personal statement, la carta, no usen inteligencia artificial, no usen AI, porque es muy evidente cuando lo hacen. Y nosotros queremos realmente saber de ustedes directamente y no a través de una máquina, si es que una recomendación.
Sí, eso es algo que se ha estado repitiendo bastante, ¿no? El tema, sobre todo en las cartas de motivación, hoy por hoy, vale más ser lo más humano posible porque realmente ahí tú muestras tu voz y tu alma y ya realmente leer lo que genera una IA cansa, es repetitivo, es lo mismo, no se ve el alma y la verdadera motivación de las personas. Así que sobre todo, o sea, yo recomiendo igual que puedan usarla de repente para un tema de gramática, estilos, revisiones, ¿no? Un tema de repente si te sale muy larga, decirlo sintetizando un poquito, ¿no? Como algo así como más a nivel de forma, pero a nivel de fondo definitivamente tiene que tener la voz de ustedes, ¿no? Así que tengan.
Totalmente de acuerdo, Viviana. Y entonces los que sobresalen son los que no son todos iguales.
Exactamente. Siempre tienen que ponerle ahí el uniqueness, el factor uniqueness. Muchísimas gracias, Evelyn, Francisca. Milagros es un programa que a mí me encanta. I love the program. Así que nada, si tienen preguntas. Yep.
Sí, perdón, Viviana, y estén atentos que van a salir unos videos, ya no estuvieron listos para hoy para mostrárselos, pero van a salir unos videos de cada uno de los pathways que ya lo explican con más detalle.
Muchísimas gracias. Bueno, ya igual
Viviana.
Tengan dudas, pueden entrar a la website de Children's Literature Media and Cultural Entrepreneurship y bueno, ahorita pueden poner sus preguntas si es que tienen preguntas adicionales en el chat y Evelyn, Francisca y Milagros van a estar aquí respondiéndolas. Vamos a dar la bienvenida a el siguiente programa, Film Memory. Tenemos aquí a Marta.
Yes, I will present.
Bienvenida. Welcome, Marta.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I'm Marta from Film Memory. I'm here to present the program as the consortium coordinator, and I'm also joined by two students of ours, Andres and Fernanda, who will answer any questions. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, so I will do everything in English, but our students can answer the Spanish questions. So here I go. Just a sec. Yeah, okay. So, and if you have questions, please keep them for the end because I cannot see the chats or the hands raised right now during the presentation. So I'll just go ahead. So this is Film Memory, a joint master, Erasmus Mundus joint master in European Film Heritage, History and Cultures. It's a 2-year master's program offered by Lucas School of Arts in Brussels, Lusofona in Lisbon, IADT in Dublin, and BFM in Tallinn. So I introduced myself already, and my two lovely students are here, are Andres and Fernanda. So to talk about the content of the course, I just quickly took the courses with me. So the biggest course of this program is Archives and Artistic Creation. It will teach you creative use of film heritage. So it's filmmaking, but also restoration, curating, any ways of dealing with really the aspects of everything that is audiovisual heritage. And the second course is Film Archive and Heritage, but this one is more conceptual and theoretic. It works with the concepts of heritage, with archiving and restoring, but more in theory, and also about the socio-cultural aspects of heritage. So it will go out of the archive and into the world and see what the heritage of film is there. We have a history and theory course on European screen studies. A very special course that I will get into later is the film data analytics and management. It's really a course that makes this program, which might focus on the past, really bring it into the future, into data analytics and seeing what all kinds of ways that the data that is there in archives can create a different outlook onto film heritage. And then there's a methodologies class that really works on your research skills. This is all textual, so I wanted to give you a little look behind the scenes. So what it involves is a lot of screenings of old film, but also recovered film, personal archives from professional films to personal or what's the name? Yeah, I cannot find a name, but all kinds of audiovisual heritage, really. It works with analog film, it works with digital data visualization, restoration, what you see here in the top right. Yeah. So, as I said, this data analytics is a bit special because it's offered by BFM. It's our fourth partner, and that partner comes into all semesters. But the 3 first semesters are the students are based in one campus, of course. First, they start in Brussels with Luca. There, really, the common ground is created between all students because students come from all kinds of backgrounds, and we need to create a basis to understand each other because it's such a niche program. And also the artistic practice and the artistic creation is developed here. Then in the second semester, the students go to Lisbon, to Lusófona, who are more experienced in curating for film festivals, in restorations. They have very tight relationship with their local film archive, where students can have a behind-the-scenes looks. And then in the third semester, the students go to Dublin, where they, as I already mentioned, they are experienced with the socioeconomic aspects of film heritage. They take the students into the fields and look at, for example, the landscape of where a film was made to see what is left over of this super intense moment of a lot of people coming into work together in a location and then leaving it all behind. And what the effects of this is. IDT is also a school that is very strong in academic writing, so they also focus on that, while the students work on their final project, which they do in semester 4. And as you see, BFM teaches data analytics. They come into each of the 3 semesters with online courses, but also the teachers travel to the students. During the 4th semester, students are spread as equally as possible over the 4 partners, where they work on a final artistic project as well as a written thesis. So it's the final project is made of 2 components that are closely related to each other. More info about tuition fee and scholarships. So it's a 2-year master of 4 semesters, and the total tuition fee of those 2 years is 10,000 euros. This includes insurance also for self-paying students, but it does not include travel, accommodation, and visa applications, of which the estimated living costs are between 800 and 1,200, depending on the city. Dublin is the most expensive, while Lisbon is the least expensive. But this you can look up online, of course. We also have Erasmus Mundus scholarships. We have maximum 15 per edition. This includes, as you know from other programs, the 1,400 euros a month, maximum 24 months, including insurance, etc. So with this program is now, the first edition is still running. So we don't have alumni yet, so we couldn't trace where they wound up working. But what we are setting out to do is to train specialists and teach filmmakers to work creatively with and critically with audiovisual heritage as filmmakers, curators, critics, analytics, historians, restorers, researchers or writers, or much more than that. And you could end up in film archives, at film festivals, in museums and institutions, in media, like broadcasting houses or in research projects. I feel all our partners and the teachers within them are very strong researchers, which is nice to know. And so if this is interesting you, you can apply to the program. There's a QR code to our applications platform. The student profile we are looking for is, of course, passionate about film heritage, but as we heard in the previous presentations, we are really looking for open, creative, resilient, and curious students, as Evelyn said. Like any Erasmus Mundus program with all this traveling between campuses, it takes a lot. So really prepare yourself for this. Don't underestimate it. But apart from that, students with a bachelor's in audiovisual arts, film studies, communication studies, arts history, cultural studies, or any related subjects are welcome to apply. For the application, you need a CV, a curriculum fit, a CV, your diploma, transcript of records, all the usual English test of 6.5, but we also, for example, accept Duolingo, which is nice to know. And to apply to the program, you will need to make some assignments. The first one is a graduation project proposal. No worries if you change your mind after getting into the course. This is just a way to sense what you're interested in, what drives you, motivates you, and what you would like to work on, as well as a little bit to see if you understand what this program is about. Then you can choose one of 3 assignments. One is a critical written essay, a critical audio-visual essay, or a film-based data analytics project. This really already shows the variety of our course, where all these 3 things will take place, and you will be assessed when you enter the program. You will be assessed on all things like this. In the final project, you will also kind of have an option of something along these lines of projects. And then instead of a motivation letter, we will ask for a motivation video, as I heard is common now with more programs. Voilà, and this is the end. If you have more questions, we have a email you can send to, which is manned by my very nice colleague, Yoka. And yeah, of course, you can ask any questions here. I do want to say we have a website with all the information that I told you now, but we currently having a little problem updating the website. So the newest information on the applications for this call for applications isn't online yet, but you can already start your application through this QR code. And this portal really guides you through the application. And it has all the information you would need. There we go. I'll close my presentation so I can see you again.
Thank you very much.
Viviana,
Yes,
is my presentation still sharing, or do we? No. Okay, great.
No, you are done. Thank you very much, Marta. Do we have algunas preguntas? Do we have any questions from the assistants? Otherwise, I will ask. I have some questions that I always like to ask. Like, so from an evaluator perspective, right? Like, what are the winning tips and tricks that you've seen, or that you would, advise to potential applicants?
So, as you might have noticed, this program is combining different artistic formats or different backgrounds with written essays or audiovisual essays. And I can understand that sometimes this may be a little confusing. So really, I would advise you to really look into the website and the program, even Instagram, or reach out to alumni to get a grasp on the program, because we notice with the applicants who has done their research and who didn't. So sometimes students are sometimes a little bit confused, but it's all there in the website. It's maybe a lot to read, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I always advise that one interested applicant should know the website upside down and in every corner, even in like, especially the not like the not most common corners, right? Like not only the home or no, but you have to really dig into it because you find every information that you need and that you can use for your application basically there. Usually Erasmus Mundus websites are not lacking information, but are overdoing information. So yeah, you have to check on that. Okay, great. And what kind of profiles are you looking for? Like, what is do you have a preferred profile or something like that?
We try to always create a nice mix of backgrounds in our cohort because we strongly feel that students also learn as much from each other as from the teachers. But because we are an artistic program, we are looking for people who have at least so the variety is either a strong artistic background in film or heritage or museums, but it can also be that you have a strong background in history or archiving, which is more theoretical. But in any case, you should show that you at least have an understanding of the other part. So it's really a combination of artistic background and a more theoretical either research, museology, archiving, communication studies, stuff like that. So our program is a combination of the two. It's fine if your background is more in one or the other, but then you should best show that you have a strong interest or at least tried already something out in the other fields.
Okay, that's a great tip. Thank you very much. We have a question from she says if she can participate being from Brazil. Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, that's okay. We have one more question from Liz. Liz?
Yes. Hello. Thank you for hosting this amazing event. My question is about, I was looking at your website and I didn't notice any letter of recommendation for any professor. So I just want to confirm that it's not required. And then the other question is about like the portfolio. I'm just curious, like what, in case of adding it, what the portfolio should look like. Thank you.
As you will see in our application portal that you'll see a portfolio, I think is not mandatory. Let me just double check because so just a second. Yeah, no, so it's not mandatory. So a portfolio would really be the place where you show a bit more of yourself. It can be, we have had students with a portfolio of written essays. It doesn't only have to be artistic, but it can also be a portfolio of audiovisual work, but even depending on your background, really showing a little bit, showing us what you have done already, what your some of the things you're proud of that you did. And letters of recommendations, no, it's not necessary.
Okay. We have another question from Katia. Katia?
Hey, hi, thanks for the exposition. I have a question. No? How many Peruvians have studied the program? Sí, ¿cómo lo digo esta parte? Perdón, en inglés, estoy aún aprendiendo. So how many Peruvians have studied the program? Y si I have the projects on Peru, because we are experiencing a crisis regarding our audiovisual heritage. I'm sorry, no sé si me entendieron. Pero
¿Puedes decirlo en español y yo lo traduzco?
Ay, muchas gracias. ¿Cuántos peruanos han estado y si los proyectos se pueden realizar en Perú? Porque tenemos una grave crisis de patrimonio audiovisual en el Perú. O sea, en verdad, esta beca nos ayudaría a la Cinemateca en el Perú, por ejemplo, que no tenemos, ¿no? Si se puede hacer nuestros proyectos en base a eso, o es solo para la línea de europea, ¿no?
Yeah, so she's asking if first, how many Peruvians have there been in the program, if there has been any, and if the projects can be done related to Peru.
Sec, I'm trying to find a list of students. I know there's one at least, but I'm trying to find the overview. At least one. And yes, we really encourage to bring the knowledge you have of your local environment, surroundings, considering film archives, and really bringing that in. I know students are working together with archives from their home country, but we do encourage students to stay at one of the partners' campuses while working on the final project. But of course, we really encourage to create your network, connect to the film archives or other institutions related to audiovisual heritage from your surroundings. And it can only enrich the program if you do and bring that knowledge with you.
Great, thank you very much. Do we have any other question? Okay, not for the moment. If you have any, okay, one more. It says, is it possible to apply if I have a background in linguistics?
That's maybe not the first background I would think of, but I'm sure if you're passionate about film heritage and you have a spin on your linguistic background that can prove interesting or show that you've already looked at film heritage through that pair of glasses, then I'm sure it can be very interesting in a diverse cohort of students.
Nice. One more. Do we get the chance to choose the country for the last semester?
So for the last semester, we do ask the students their preferences, and also to submit again a type of final project proposal that is not binding, but just again to get an idea of what you want to work on. And then the academic board or like the board of partners decides on a location for you, just so that it is divided equally. And then we give the students a chance within a time frame to swap places. So there's a system where you get a chance to choose, but it's not only up to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do we have any other question? No. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Marta. It has been super interesting to hear about the program. Maybe you can leave your contact details here in the chat so people can contact you through LinkedIn or through email. And if they have any further questions, it can be made there. Para todos los que quieran aplicar, bueno, ya saben que pronto habrán inscripciones, así que ese es un programa súper chévere. Cualquier duda, cualquier pregunta, ya saben que tienen que leer la web así a detalle para que estén súper seguros. Y nada, cualquier cosa, igual pueden contactarse con Marta y su equipo. Thank you very much, Marta, for your time. Now we're gonna welcome the team of DigiCrea. Let's welcome here. It is Lucas, and welcome, Lucas.
Hello, do you hear me well?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, perfect. Happy to see you. Sorry for my Spanish.
For my lack of Spanish.
Lo siento por mi español. No puedo hablar más español, solo un poquito. And I will speak in English. I'm sorry about that. So I will share my screen. I see in the chat that we have one of our actual students. Maybe Victor can give you some insight about his experience as a student now. But I will share my screen and start the presentation. So So my name is Lucas Martinet. I'm from Saint-Étienne in France, and I work as an administrative coordinator for Digital Creativity, Art and Science program, which is, as you know, an Erasmus Mundus joint program. As you can see on the screen, you have a different image of the different campus and experience I will talk about. My first slide is about what is an Erasmus Mundus Joint Master. I'm sure you all know about it, so I won't be long about that. It's like a general presentation of what Erasmus Mundus Joint Master are, but you don't need that for today. You can check on your own. DigiCrea is a brand new program. We just started this year. In September, we hosted our very first cohort. And this is the very first edition of this program that will run for 4 cohorts from now. Is a very unique program in the field of digital creation, digital creativity, with 2 specialization paths. One is about sound and music, and the other is about image and new media. That means we have a balance inside every cohort between those 2 specialization paths, and also that students have common lectures and common classes on topics that are related to each other. So it's very new, but I have a few information for you. Of course, I will not be able to answer all your questions, and we don't have alumni from now, but we will have soon in 2027, because yeah, it's already the beginning now. It's only the beginning. So if you want to learn more about the program, something can a quick snapshot of the program could be to watch this video I'm showing. It's on our YouTube channel, and it's also on the homepage of DigiCare website, and it's 1 minute, and you can learn about the program and about where you will be, and it's a good introduction for you. But of course, I will myself introduce this program. So it's a new program. It's unique, as I said, and it's bringing together 3 higher education university. One in France, in Saint-Étienne. It's University Jean Monnet. So Saint-Étienne is a city close to Lyon, if you know a bit about French geography. We have a partnership, and one of our partner is the Universidade Católica Portuguesa de Portugal in Porto, with especially the School of Arts of this university, and also the University of Silesia in Katowice and Szczecin in Poland. So the complete curriculum is based on the combination of the program of these 3 university, and 3 who has each one of these 3 university have a different master that is connected to this program. So as we are only 3 full partners, the mobility camp for all students is quite simple. Your the first semester is in Saint-Étienne at University Jean Monnet from September till the end of January of the first year. Then all students move to Porto for the second semester. Then it's Katowice and the city of Szczecin in the west part of Poland, close to the Czech border in Poland, therefore. And the last semester, every student chooses to work on artistic project or a research project, or you can also go to an internship, and your location is can be worldwide. It can be in Poland, in Portugal, in France, but it can be also in another country. It will depend on every student's project. We have a special school, so we have all students will have a winter school or summer school or fall school, and it's changing for every cohort. For the first cohort that we have here now in 2025, between 2025 and 2027, they will have a fall school next week, an autumn school at the city of Aubagne, near Marseille in the south of France. All students will go for 1 week at the public film school called La Satis. It's a French public school. But for second cohort, the cohort that we will recruit in 2026, it is planned for them to join a summer school in Porto. And for 2027, we don't know yet, but okay, so it's give you a glimpse, and we have like many partnership with cultural institution, company, festival. You can find the list about that on our website. So the teaching program, it's important to know that all classes are in English. In France, in Portugal, and in Poland, all the classes are in English. So, of course, your level of English needs to be sufficient for that. As I said, we have 2 specialization paths, sound music and image new media. So that's important to know. And about new media, the program is mostly about new audiovisual media, new technology in the film industry, learning and experiencing skills about video games, about music, about graphics, about signal processing, about the use of AI and VR tools. And the idea is to develop and to train the new generation of creators and of artists that will be able to use different skills and to work on a multidisciplinary platform. We do not intend to form the very big specialist of one topic or of one technology, but we are trying to build experts of a little bit of all, you know, and people that can collaborate with pro and specialists, and people that can adapt and evolve with the digital technology that are always evolving very fast. So that's the main idea of the teaching program. So career opportunities related to this curriculum will be for image specialization. It will be mostly like being and improving and developing your artistic career. We have many artists in the first cohort, some with strong careers, some with strong achievements yet, but the program is now a new step in their life, and that can help them to develop their artistic project. But you can also be art director. You can also work as an environment artist, character artist, or technical artist. And of course, many works in the field of video production. Also for sound music, the main work would be music producer, computer music producer, also sound designer, voice designer, work in that kind of field, as you can see on this screen. You can learn more about that on our website. There is a section related to career opportunities. What is the destination? Who are we looking for this program? As I said, we are looking for artists, creative people, creators, all talents from all around the world. It can be you can be a musician, you can be a composer, you can be also digital artist, video artist, or filmmaker, or maybe a little bit of all of that, which can be perfect to apply. And that's why the portfolio is the key part of is the cornerstone, will be the cornerstone of your application file, and will be looked very precisely by all the jury members. Of course, as DigiCrea is a master program, you need a bachelor, or we also accept undergoing last year bachelor students. If you will be sure to get your bachelor diploma within the year, I mean, at least by the end of July 2026, you can apply. I will say that again, but DigiCrea is about art, but it's also about science. So your experience in new technology, in using computer language, in using signal processing, your minimum level in math and physics is very important, or at least they're eager to learn about that. But for 2026, the selection process could be very competitive. So I would say that scientific knowledge, a minimum scientific knowledge is very important. And of course, a good level in English. And as said, for all DigiCrea, all Erasmus Mundus program, we don't, there is no age, gender, or nationality discrimination. We apply the same rule as the other program for the maximum amount of citizens from one country in terms of scholarship. And also, if you intend to apply and intend to join, if you're not selected for the scholarship, if you intend to join as a self-funded, be careful about the financial resource you can have. We will have to ask you some proof and some budget about you joining the program. It will be important. It's important to have that in mind. How to apply? So now the process for apply for 2026 cohort is not launched yet. It will be very soon. It will open in mid-November. I'm not sure about the exact date, but around the 15th of November, we will open the process for application. And deadline will be mid-February, so you will have 3 months to apply. On our website, from now, you can see the application process as it was in 2025, but there will be some slight changes regarding this process, and it will be, of course, published on the website. But I can speak about that now. Of course, the first thing for you is to choose your specialization path, like whether you want to apply for sound music specialization or image new media specialization. As I said, portfolio will be the cornerstone. You will be requested to provide CV, to provide your diplomas, to provide 2 letters of recommendation, and some document to attest your level of English. And also last year we asked for a cover letter, but this year we will change that to a video presentation of 2 minutes, where you will need to present yourself and explain why you want to join the program. All details will be on the website and also in the notice presentation, in the application procedure notice that you will need to read and complete. As you can see here, we have our website. There is a FAQ on our website that I'm managing, and I'm trying to update it as much as I can. And also you can follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. So yeah, my tips for your application would be to present a clear resume, a clear curriculum vitae, a clear CV, show all your experience and work that can be related to the program. That's important. As I said, cornerstone will be your artistic or professional portfolio. For this year, the jury will ask for only from 3 to 5 works that you can present in the portfolio, and all of this should be no more older than 5 years old, on the last 5 years. 3 to 5 projects within the last 5 years. It's to avoid portfolio with 20 works or a portfolio that will be full of your whole career from your childhood, which is not interesting for the jury. So choose carefully the work you want to put in the portfolio, and yeah, that's the major part of your application. There you will need to underline your skills and experiments in the new technology in science. As I said, DigiCrea is about art, so show your art, but it's also about science. So show that you know a bit of science, or that you want to learn more, or that you already like worked with, I don't know, Max or some code language, that kind of stuff. We will probably add some little form or questionnaire, some little form that you will need to fill in for the application process. And as I said, there will be a video presentation where you need to present yourself and also explain your project for the future. And as I said, also one tip for recommendation, you can use academic academic recommendation letter or professional recommendation letter. But one important thing is to have this recommendation related to the field of the master and the field of the specialization you apply. This is a map of all the applicants all the application we receive for 2025, and on the right the countries of all the 22 students that are part of our very first cohort. So in 2025, it was the very first year, the very first application process. So we received 136 application files. A lot of them were for the image specialization. I don't know how much we will receive for next year, but we expect more than that. So expect a little bit of competition to access in this program. For 2025, we selected 16 scholarship holders. We plan to do the same for 2026, and we also accepted 6 self-funded students. I'm not sure we will go to 6 for next year, but probably. We don't know. And for this very first cohort, we have 16 different nationalities with 6 Latin American students, and one is here with us, is Victor. So yeah, so that gives you a little aperçu, little snapshot of what is the program. So I will stop to share my screen, and maybe Victor, you want to say something, say hi, and just
Yes.
explain your first month here, maybe.
Welcome, Victor.
Hello, I'm Victor. Sorry, I don't know Spanish at all because I'm from Brazil. I'm speaking Portuguese. The pleasure to be here. I've done this application trusting in my background in cinema. So it was related to the moment I applied was related to all the things DigiCrea is about, like technology and art. And I'm here like there's one month, like September 1st, we started. So it's a few moments, but all the things changed in my life. Like the Erasmus was my first opportunity to go out of my country. So it's been like a very shocked moment for me, like having this experience outside of my own country. So I'm learning a lot of things with this, and I'm helping some people that interested in DigiCrea that come to me and ask for help to do the application and see that something going to change to the next year. But it keeps the main importance of this application mainly is it's mainly on your background, like to have the help from the professors of your graduation. So they help me a lot, and I ask help to to have their help. So it's very important to have this background and be interested during your graduation and get this help, like to select your work, and it's something that your graduation professors will be very proud. They're like always telling to them like about the application and this moment until I entered. I was in contact with my professors, and it's very important to keep this help with the professors, and it's important to keep your eyes to the website and look all you have to do to be to have like your to trust you, like I've checked all the things before being here, like to be calm. It's like it's too different. It's a different culture. It's a different place. So you have to know about the place you want to go and stay. Like you have to read about your city. You're about the it's like your work start now. Like you have to keep an eyes on that. It's important to know all the background besides your career, and it's to know where you're going to be. It's important to focus all your important thing when you arrive here is to study, to applicate your goals. Like it's important to have this focus on your goals in this program, because there's a lot of things that we having, and it's a big structure of it's a curricular, like there's a lot of things we have to do now. So it's important to keep this eye on what you're gonna leave, what you're gonna do, to be calm, to focus only the education is important. That's where we're doing now. Like the first week we like met with other, knew about all the colleagues from where they are, and now we're having this thing to do. It's very shocking for me. It was shocking because it's a very different way of the from my graduation. A master degree in Brazil is different, so here's that different structure. So be prepared for that.
Thank you, Victor.
Questions about?
Yeah.
Well, see that there's some Brazilians. So I choose the imagine specialization. I do like I'm starting during my graduation, explore like some interactive media. So my goals is to yes, my goal is to improve this moment for me, like to be an artist and related to media, interactive media, to do about the sensors and all the structure of programming. So we're learning a lot of programming. That's it.
Thank you, Victor. We have some raised hands for questions. I'm going to start with Jorge. Jorge.
Thank you very much. Hi, Victor. Salud, Lucas. That's the only French I know. Je suis Mexican. that's it. But well, my question is about the specialization in programming. I mean, how deep is going to be that, or how deep has to be? I mean, I know a little bit of HTML, but just the basics. So I'm a little bit concerned with that because I don't know how good I have to be to be considered to the program. So that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, I will try to answer a bit, and then Victor can complete my answer. Regarding the application, in 2025, the candidates were requested to provide their experience in new tech and computer sciences. So it was a free statement document where you just had to say, I use this, I use that, and I know a bit of this, I know a bit of that, and that was enough. Because the idea was to build the first cohort and to accept students that were also keen on learning about that stuff. We accepted students who had no background or very little background on this. I'm not sure it will be that open for 2026. Maybe it will be more selective regarding that. It will depend on the jury, and also it will depend on the number of candidates, for example. But yeah, it's important for you to show what kind of computer language do you know, what kind of thing did you already learn, and also the knowledge about mathematics and physics. It can be useful. So that's from my perspective as administrative coordinator working with the jury. But Victor, what would you answer to that regarding the lesson you have?
Yeah, I had some background, but all by myself because my background was in cinema, and I started to do by myself, like doing some programming languages. Was very few related to what I'm learning now. It's just very new for me. Like it's something that your background need more about, be more about creativity. I think like something you can have like hold all the knowledge on programming, but having some to have a few tools to create something different for you, like, and register all your creations is important to show your creation that you've done during your experiments. It's about that.
Thank you, Victor.
Okay, thank you, Victor. Thank
Okay.
you, Lucas. Thank you, Jorge. Now we have Luisa.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you, everyone, for your time. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Victor. I'm from Brazil as well. My name is Luisa, and I just graduated from a design college, and we don't see a lot of things related to design in this master program. So I was really excited when I saw the DigiCrea program, but usually I see a lot of filmmakers and sound professionals, and I would like to know from you, Lucas and Victor, what should I do and what should I have on my portfolio and my video presentation as a designer that would be like something that you wanted to see from a designer professional. Like, I look forward into working with production design and like film industry, but more in this background area. So that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Luisa. It's hard to speak for the jury because I manage I deal with the jury, but I'm not part of it. I would say we didn't receive many designer profile for the application process in 2025, so that might be a good asset for you. And yeah, my advice would be for you to look deep in the teaching program that we will provide, and maybe show some I don't know if you are a product designer or if you are a designer that works mostly with image, or if you work with digital tools or like crafted stuff, but keep in mind that DigiCrea is a digital creativity program, so it's mostly about digital art. So maybe the projects you worked on related to that field could be more relevant. And also, yeah, if you work on also if you work on installation projects, for example, in like artwork, we had that in several portfolios last year, so that might help you, and that might be a good asset for your candidature.
Thank you, Lucas. Now we have some more questions from Aura. Aura?
Hello. Thank you so much for the whole presentation. I'm really excited about this program. I've been waiting since the last time that there was a change on the page. Hey, wait, there is going to be more information soon. That I'm really excited for all of this information. My main question is regarding with one of the it is request one of the parts that we need to submit as a part of the application, one of the documentations. It's with the official letters of recommendation, with the official letterheads. I'm from Nicaragua, and right now one of the situations with the university changes that are aligned with political situations, I was informed that I'm not going to be able to receive an official letter with a stamp on it due to certain changes on the university. Then I was wondering, on my case, with the type of letters, what can I do? Should I send an email before, or just with the signature of the coordinator of the university and the human art side of the university director? Is that enough, or I'm not able to apply with that?
Okay, quick answer, because I will suggest that you upload your recommendation, when you upload your recommendation letter, you add a little text about explaining the situation. Of course, the best would be to have the letterhead, the stamp, etc. But if you cannot, the very important part is to have the email and phone number of the referee you have, because we need to be able to contact him in case you are selected for the interview phase, for example. So yeah, if you are struggling with a difficult situation in your country, feel free to explain it by adding like one page in the PDF when you upload the recommendation letter. And of course, be sure you add the contact of your referees.
Thank you. Now we have Tomoy.
Hello, I'm Tanmoy from Bangladesh, and my background is actually design, graphic design. Basically, I completed BFA and MFA. So I started my career as a motion designer, but luckily or unluckily, whatever you say it, now I am working in a tech company and as a UX designer. So my question is, I don't know actually coding. So my question is related to Luis maybe, but I have experience with working with, computer engineer, and I know how actually website app works. Okay. And beside, I already said that my background actually come from motion design and graphic design. So I have been interested in new media and art. So I'm actually more excited about this program when I found this on internet last year, but I unfortunately didn't apply this year, but I am interested to apply this year. And so my question is about specifically this coding part. And the second question is Duolingo is accepted or not? Because I had an exam last year and I had B2 level English certificate. So I'd like to know these two questions specifically with my background. Thank you, Lucas. I know you in LinkedIn. So luckily I found
Okay.
this link. Thank you.
About coding, as I said, we probably will have a form to answer that will be part of your application file. You will have a document where you will need to explain your record, your experience in some kind of fields and in some kind of program. So that will help the jury to assess your level in this part. And regarding language proficiency, we are still in discussion. Last year we didn't accept Duolingo, but we also accept alternative documents such as a recommendation letter from a language teacher or diploma from an English university, from an English program. So you will know more about that when we will publish the rules regarding the selection process for 2026. But I'm not sure we will accept Duolingo, but we will see. You will see. And if it's not accepted, there will be plenty of other English tests that you can provide, and there will be also alternative, such as giving a letter from an English language teacher, or sending your diploma degree from an English TOEF university, for example.
Thank you so much, Lucas.
Okay, we have Luis Bonilla.
Hello, my name is Luis Bonilla. I'm from El Salvador. And well, I'm really interested about this master. Someone showed me to me and I fell in love with that. But I'm currently studying, so I will be applying around 2 years. And my question was for Victor, and that what advice can you give us to make a difference in our application to be a candidate to win the scholarship? And also, if you have any social media that we could follow you to see what are you doing, it would be interesting to do that, to that you provide us that.
I also just searched for Victor in his LinkedIn profile, but I couldn't find that.
Well, I wasn't, for being real, I wasn't expected to be selected. So I've just made like a very organized and follow all the steps, like to have like to put 2 letters of recommendation. I try to find 3 letters of recommendation, like to do a little bit more,
like the extra
than
mile.
what is recommended. I think was just to doing a little bit of the recommend, just to show that you're very interested. I think is about that, like my tip to do the application.
Okay.
It's about like I'm gonna put on the message, like I have an Instagram, like I have some works there to show, but it's more related to it's my Instagram, put on a message, more art related to generative art and things related to interactive media installations. That's the main career I want to reach. Is about the installation and create things to do like the public interact with your art and being the artist too. I think it was my main goal, like to do something different, to be like immersive. So it's more related to this kind of video art. So that's my background. The main thing I studied during my graduation too.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Now let's go with Alejandro.
Hi, thanks. Hey, Luca. Good afternoon, good night. My question was about the curriculum, specifically for someone looking for the sound specialization. I was wondering if you could share perhaps a skill or a specific software that is relevant to the curriculum that will be helpful for a prospective student to get a know of.
Okay, I'm not a specialist about that. For sure, students are using Max a lot. Maybe you can just send me your question by email to the DigiCrea email. You can find it on the website, and I will ask the teacher to give you a more precise answer.
All right, perfect.
Sorry about that, but I know they use Max. I know they also use Faust sometime. And yeah, I'm not a big specialist on that. I will prepare a written answer that will be more accurate.
Oh, no worries. Thank you. Then I have a small other question related to the program. As you have mentioned, it is a very thorough program. Like a person that comes out of it, it's a very knowledgeable on all of the skills on video and sound. I was wondering, since there are specific pathways, one for sound, one for image, I'm looking towards the sound pathway. But if perhaps there is like one course per semester that is exclusive to the image pathway, if perhaps there would be a way to also take part of that course, although it's not on my pathway?
In terms of pathway, you have elective courses on each side of the road, I would say. For example, in the first semester, image students are required to choose one lesson in the sound music specialization as an elective course. And sometimes they can manage to follow both specialization paths, but you will mostly be in the main specialization path you choose. But some courses are common, as I said. For example, in the first semester, all students follow a course related to real-time image and also a course related to real-time sound techniques. So I'm guessing that will be the answer I can provide on this. You cannot follow all, but you will have classes regarding image if you are a sound student.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have now Liz Yangues.
Hello. Thank you for the presentation. My question is actually also related to what Alejandro asked. For example, I'm talking about like the language programming. I know it's very important for this program, but I'm wondering if the skills are not like strong in the language programming area. But for example, you have some background or something in like sound, and you want to focus, like, for example, Ableton Live, which is like a software. Would that compensate? Or would you rather take in like a certification, like a quick certification, or like grabbing some programming experience before like applying?
Oh, definitely if you grab some certification before applying, that will put some weight in your application file for sure. But as I said, we will try to provide a form that you will need to fill in regarding this new technology and computer science question. So you will need to tick if your level is a novice or if you're an expert on which different kind of software. Yeah, I would say that if you gain certification before applying, that will really help. And also keep in mind that, yeah, it's part of the program that will be looked for the jury, but of course, I would say that the cornerstone of your application will be your portfolio, your presentation, what you intend to develop as project. Keep in mind that it's an artistic program. It's about creation. So like first step is to build a strong portfolio and a strong presentation. And then also you have this computer science and this science part of your application, but like do it in the correct way with following the right step, I would say.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. Now we have EB. I don't know what EB. Ebe. ¿Quién es Ebe?
Hi, it's Eric here.
Hi, Eric. Nice.
My question, Lucas, is about the background and also the recommendation letters. So for the background, I'm actually an engineer. I work as a data scientist, and I'm looking to seek a change in my life towards more the arts related areas. I am a amateur artist, if I can say so, and I'm wondering if I can still apply given my background, because I have a really strong technical background. Maybe I don't have the professional or academic experience on arts. And my second question, yeah, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
And my second question is about the recommendation letters. I'm wondering if also it's possible to deliver professional recommendation letters, or only academic recommendation letters are accepted.
Okay, thank you for your interest. First, about your second question, we accept both professional recommendation letter and also academic recommendation letter. You can have one of each. You can have two professional letter. You can have two academical. There is no like direct rules about that. And about your background, I would say it will depend on your specialization path, but if you intend to join the image specialization, keep in mind that it will be very selective, because your file will be in competition with artists, visual artists, people who already managed to do some installations, some film, etc. So as I said, and I say it again, the portfolio is very important. So choose carefully the work you want to highlight in the portfolio. I said that you will be requested to provide from 3 to 5 maximum works in the portfolio, and that will need to be artistic project or professional project related to the field of the master. So I understand your question and your concern. We received many questions about that. Many people that are in art science or computer science and that want to switch and that are looking for opportunities to be trained on artistic level. But keep in mind that DigiCrea is a master program, so it can be very competitive. So yeah, you will need to have a good project and relevant stuff for this program. Feel free to go deep in our website and learn more about the curriculum to understand better which project you can highlight.
Thank you, Luca.
Thank you. We have one last question from Juan San Vicente Lara. This will be the last question, and then we can continue with the goodbye. Juan?
Hi. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Lucas. I am John from Spain. I have a question about how, if you don't have the titles, like the minimum is B1, B2, and T2 for English, the level, you don't have a recommendation card, but you have a strong experience and portfolio, it's enough to apply and have consideration. Or my other question is which type of project you see good for the master on image and sound? What type of the projects that have to go for the master?
I didn't understand your last question,
The
sorry.
last question is about which type of project for this formation it's interesting, or
which type of period?
Of projects. So if this is a exposition, short films, so it's about the development of the on the artistic level.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure I clearly understand. Can you maybe say it in Spanish?
Quiero decir que qué tipo de proyectos
the project. Okay,
qué
sorry.
tipo de proyectos son interesantes para esta formación.
Okay.
What are the interesting projects for this?
Yeah, okay. First question was about level. So level of English should be at least B2. C1 is recommended, at least B2. And yeah, it's not, you will not be assessed by number on your English, but it would be a pass or fail criteria. So yeah, at least B2, C1 is recommended. Regarding the letters, from now, it's compulsory to provide 2 letters of recommendation. I don't know how it will evolve in the future, but from now and for 2026, you will be requested to provide 2 recommendation letters for all candidates. As I said, it's better to provide letters from relevant referees, but if you you can manage to contact your former teacher or your boss at work or some kind of stuff. But from now, it's compulsory, it's mandatory to provide 2 letters. And for projects, I would say in terms of image and new media students, applicants, for sound. For sound, we received a composition project. Some students that were already had the chance to develop a composition project for orchestra, for a few instruments. You can also, if you are a musician and if you have I don't know, YouTube channel where you put all your music, you can also add that. You can also provide projects that are related to sound designer, for sound design, for I don't know, installation, or if you work for a podcast or something like that. Anything that can be connected to sound and music field.
Okay, perfect.
But it would be important, as I said, that would be from 3 to 5 projects to put in your portfolio. So yeah, choose it carefully. But yeah, of course, if you apply for sound music, the jury will really want to hear about what you are doing.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lucas, and thank you very much all for your questions. Bueno, hemos llegado al final de esta sesión. I want to thank all the presenters from the CREA, Film Memory, and Evelyn. The name is long, so Children's Institute Media and Cultural Entrepreneurship as well. I think creo que hemos tenido una sesión súper interesante. He visto mucho interés, sobre todo en la parte de creación digital. Yo creo que eso está muy bien, eso es el futuro, hacia ahí estamos apuntando. Así que, bueno, me encanta que les haya servido. La grabación va a estar disponible dentro de la comunidad. Les he dejado el link en el chat. Es la comunidad gratuita de personallearning.pe. Y también en nuestro canal de YouTube. Va a estar disponible todavía, digamos, la próxima semana. Nos vamos a demorar un poquito porque estamos un poco como ajustados con un montón de cosas. Pero no se preocupen que llegará. Nada, por el momento eso es todo conmigo. Les mando un abrazo. Espero que sigan bien en su camino de preparación para las becas. Yo feliz de abrir esos espacios, and I'm happy to share my community with the representatives of Erasmus programs that are great. So, bueno, eso es todo. Buenas noches desde Alemania y buenos días para ustedes en Latinoamérica. Un abrazo para todos y nos vemos pronto. Chao.